Y'all told us not to be gold diggers. And like a fool, I obeyed. Oh, I dated y'all broke asses. Did you know it was possible to not ask for anything and somehow get less? You know that there's no prize at the end of the rainbow of nothingness? You know that you're just going to continue to have nothing at all, but even less than that? That was the get you gotcha. Y'all got me good. That was the get you gotcha.
See, women are full of contradiction. She's saying, okay, not to be a gold digger, so she date a broke ass bull. Seriously, like, there's only extremes for women now. I mean, like, if you're not dating a multimillionaire, you're gonna date the brokest of brokes. I mean, can you just find an average guy, a guy that actually has a job? I mean, the point when you say gold digger is that, you know what, you don't need a man to pay for everything. That's the difference, right? You don't need to think of a man about his pockets, you know? A man, you know, paying for dates, all that stuff. You know, a 50-50 relationship where, you know, how about think about a man's morals, his characters, his personality, right? But you should also think about a man having a job as a requirement. I mean, like, as long as he can support himself. I mean, where's the common sense in just being, like, logical and just being average, you know? Just get a man that has a job, right? If he has a job, then focus on his other more important qualities. That's not his money, right? His character, his morals, you know, his personality, his hobbies. Why do you have to date someone who's broke? Why? Probably because he's good and he probably lays good pipe. Yeah. So these women, they only have two buttons. Date someone who's real filthy rich or someone who's broke but like good looking. It's about, you know what, seeing better options but not being unrealistic, right? A man that has a job, you know, UPS driver, a mailman, garbage man, people who could, you know, are adults, you know, who pays their own bills, but one that you don't need them to pay for every date, to buy you extravagant things, for you to go on trips, stuff like that. You know, but a man that's, you know what, faithful, that's a good personality, that's a nice, that he's respectful. Where's those at? You know, where are you talking about those qualities? It's either being a gold digger or dating a broke ass man. I mean, like, seriously, like, this is ridiculous. And there's women that say, no, I learned my lesson. You should know this. You don't need to learn a lesson from that. You should not be dating broke people, you know, unless that's your thing. But you shouldn't be dating a full-grown adult that cannot support themselves. Now, if you're talking about a person that supports himself, but what, he's not paying for every date, he's not, you know, taking extravagant whatever, then you're ridiculous. You know what? Just date a man that's stable and has a good personality. That's it. These women are delusional.
How does a woman have 5 or 6 children and still end up in a nursing home? Y'all put her...
See, that's the issue, right? Single women should stop thinking that children are their retirement plan, right? You're supposed to get a man, right? You're supposed to have a partner. You and both of you, right? You and your partner are supposed to build a retirement plan, not make children to take care of you when you're old as a retirement plan. That's just how it is. Adults will do their own thing, right? It's actually the culture of, you know, Western culture that, you know, everyone's very individualistic. They look out for themselves. That's just how it is. Children, you know, you teach children to think about themselves. You don't really teach children to care about family because the first thing they know about family is you broke it up. You know, you're a single mom. That's really not a family, right? You're just individual. Single mom taking care of a bunch of kids. We need to stop promoting or thinking that children are your retirement plan. If you wanted to rely on someone as a retirement plan, you should have found a husband. But no, we promote this single life, strong woman, independent woman. Well, you're going to be independent until you're 80, 90, if you still live that long. See, women don't realize that. They don't realize the future, what the future could hold. because they only care about the present. They only care about themselves and the present. And they just probably expect or think, oh, I don't need to worry. My children will take care of me when they're old or when I'm older, which is ridiculous because you can't rely on that. I mean, if it happens, great, right? But if you rely on the fact that, oh, these are my children, they're going to take care of me when I'm old, you are living in the wrong culture, because American culture is not like that. Western culture is not like that at all. They're not, because out of any culture in the world, Western culture is the first one to put you in a home. That's it. You see old people living on their own. Why? And they have kids. Why? Because that's just the culture. You're not thinking about family. The tightness is not there, right? There's no community. There's no family structure, because again, like I said, the first thing you have showing the child is you alone by yourself. No husband, no real family structure. This is ridiculous that we think that if we have children, we're set. That's stupid. Absolutely ridiculous that single women think that, Get a husband. That's how, right? Have a partner in life. But these single women will realize this soon.
What it is that makes a man valuable. Mm-hmm. Do you think your income raises your status among other women?
No, I don't think so.
What do you think raises your status among other women?
I think relationship.
In other words, the quality of the man that you have.
No, I have friends that are girls that don't care who I'm dating.
Okay, that's not true. That's not true, and I'll explain to you why. Maya, pay attention. As a female, when was the last time you looked at another female and said, damn, I wish I had her whatever, face, makeup? When's the last time you saw a female driving an expensive car and you said, boy, I'm really impressed by her car, by her ability to buy that car? She's more of a woman than me because of her car.
Not she's more of a woman.
Yeah.
Maybe she's driving that type
How about she's more of a woman because of how nice her nails are? Boy, she got fly nails. I wish I had nails like that.
What?
She's got a real pretty face. I would be able to stunt on all of y'all if I looked like her.
No.
Okay, so what my point is there isn't anything about females that raises your status to other women. Your car, your looks, your nails, your dress. You might be a good-looking woman. You might wear those shoes well. It doesn't matter how well you wear them. Other women don't admire you for it. They don't envy you for it. Now, you come walking in the door with a certain type of man. Now, that's what other women envy and will stab you in the back for and do all kinds of skullduggerous things. Your value is raised by the quality of man you have. Yeah, it's cool if you got a cute guy and while you are paying for your Aston Martin DB7, but it gives you status when you got a cute guy and he's paying for your Aston Martin. Now, that's what raises your status in the eyes of other women. That's what makes them say, boy, I wish I could be her. The quality of man you have. There isn't anything else you can do that raises your status in the eyes of other women, because there's nothing that a woman does that raises her status in your eyes. There's never been a female you looked at and said, damn, I wish I had toes like that. But if she had the right man, you'd be like, you know what? If she gets hit by a tour bus today, I wonder if he's single.
If a man is ever asking you about your body count, you're talking to the wrong man, and he can get fucked. Like, that's so fucking stupid.
I regret being a slut.
Haram.
I'm grateful for the ability to control my reproductive cycle and make my own money. But that freedom has come at a price. The dark side of the sexual revolution is that even though it liberated women, unyoking sex from the consequences has primarily benefited men. When a 19-year-old woman I used to wait tables with asked me, Bridget, have you ever regretted having sex with a man? I laughed. Yeah, all of them. But if I'm honest with myself, of the dozens of men I've been with,
Haram.
I can only think of a handful I don't regret. If I get really honest with myself, I'd say most of these usually drunken encounters left me feeling empty and demoralized.
Any woman who will sit here and say, I can f dudes and not care about them is fundamentally broken.
I wouldn't have said that at the time, though. At the time, I would have told you I was liberated, even while I tried to drink away the sick feeling of rejection while my most recent hookup didn't call me back. At the time, Loveless sex is empowering. I basked in the girl power glow of that delusion for decades, weaponizing my sexuality while convincing myself I was full of the divine feminine. I was full of shit. I told myself that because I could seduce a man, I was powerful. I wanted to be able to have meaningless sex like a guy, but it didn't work.
A man cheating and a woman cheating is not the same thing.
I regret being a slut. I regret it because I regret that those men can say they slept with me.
Listen, I think the world's ready for the asteroid. I'm ready for the asteroid. I'm not afraid, right? I think we've got to a point now we need to just welcome it. It's because there's 72 virgins waiting for me. There's no virgins in my head. Just bring the asteroid. Let's fix this. I can't see any solution. You boys are here broadcasting every day trying to educate these young ladies. They don't listen to nothing. They listen to nothing.